Let some of you motherfuckers get in here first. Let some of you motherfuckers get up in here first. Now, damn. Fuck, let's go. That shit. That's what we on today. Condensed chaos magic. What chapter we on today? Conquering demons, nigga. Conquering demons. How to? Why to? Where to? Conquer your demons. So, hold up. Hey, somebody drop a like or a comment or something. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hold up. Well, I know how this shit work. Yeah, damn it. Fuck y'all. I'm just gonna get into it. Alright, so chapter 9, Field Handbook, Condensed Chaos. Called Conquering Demons. So, this shit says, I'm hearing shit in my gut. What it says, personal demons are latent structures within the psyche, unresolved complexes, and repressed voices, thrown up by the ego as a defense measure. So when niggas talking about they fighting demons, bro, like, let's keep it 100. Like, we know what the real deal is. You fighting repressed voices in your head. You fighting your ego. Or part of your ego that you done attached to something. Or part of your ego that has attached to something without your knowledge, right? They act seemingly independent of our consciousness. They act seemingly independent of our conscious volition. Volition. So that we experience them as beyond our control. These structures are habitual, emotional, or behavioral patterns which are experienced at times as problematic. Something which has not been successfully integrated. Something that ain't been successfully integrated into our consciousness, right? Possibly because it has resisted examination and analysis. So these parts of these so-called demons that we fight, which we're going to get into what, you know what I'm saying, exactly what they are, they dodge the conscious mind. They dodge us from examining them so they can still exist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, goddamn it, these some fucking roaches, you know what I'm saying? Well, not roaches gonna show themselves, but like when that light come on, they get to running and scattering. That's how your demons are. Like they effectively trying to dodge you to even being able to notice them. And how is that done? I mean, if you think about it, it's really done just by attaching to what you think your personality is. You see what I'm saying? You think, no, I'm just like that. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's just me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So if you personally identifying with it, then it's hard for you to not identify with it or to identify it as what we psychologically or what we not. I'm fighting demons. Y'all see that there video, bro. But like, that's how they dodging and running from you. Or that's how you not being able to actively, I guess, could we say repress or put them in their place? You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to get to the point of where it talks about, like, not actually killing them, but, like, offering them something in return. Right? Possibly because it has resisted examination and analysis, or through lack of awareness of a habit or pattern, or indeed how to deal with it. In tantric practice, these demons are known as cliches, or clichés, Kleshs, Haas. In the process of working with them is known as cliche smashing. In a broad sense then, demons are blocks of behavior, emotional, in cognitive responses to life situations. To give an example, jealousy. In this content, jealousy is less some tentacle monster that arrives suddenly from another dimension, but rather a response to a situation. Yet you come out of a workshop and you have a row with your partner because it seems to you they've been responding to the speaker's flirtatious behavior on some usher shit. On some usher shit. It's gonna give like a little what they call it, bro. Like a ritual you can do, a visualization ritual or visualization work you should do, some shadow work you should do, where you picture like, you know what I'm saying, the thing that you like a jealousy demon, right? And you just picture it, you feel the emotions, and you let it run. I don't want to get too much of it, but like I'm gonna tell you, a perfect thing to deal with that, bro. Picture Usher on your bitch. Picture Usher on your girl. Because nowadays everybody's saying how you insecure because you tripping if your girl up on Usher or Usher up on your girl. You niggas is insecure. I'm here to say it. You niggas is insecure. I am too. Usher can't get on my bitch like that. Hold up. Hold up. Personal demons are summoned into stressful situations. If jealousy is made an issue for you, then when you are presented with the evidence which confirms and supports your fears about this issue, out pops the jealousy demon. Out pops the jealousy demon in a flurry of accusations and emotional storms. Unlike the traditional demons from Grimoires, personal demons often do not have a shape, a sigil, or a name. Yet they can exert tremendous power over us. And, like the more traditional demons, they can be identified, bound, and through magical procedures transformed into something which works for us, rather than against us. This is where conquering comes in. So you're not trying to kill these inconsistencies within your characteristics. You're just trying to conquer them. You don't want them to not exist, but you want to conquer them. It can be useful to identify these intra-psychic structures as demons for the purpose of working and integrating them. So it's cool that you call them demons because once you get these things characteristics, like that's how this whole physical universe shit works, right? Once you give something a definition, then now you can manipulate what it is or what it's to be used for. Because if you can't identify it, once you give it its identification, you can use it. You can say a spoon is a spoon, but you can use a spoon to scoop up ice cream. Or now guess what? I might take this spoon to scoop up some dirt. See what I'm saying? So a spoon just ain't used to eat with. It can also be used to dig with. So once you identify these personal demons or these inconsistencies in your psyche, you give it this definition. And once you give it a definition, now you can manipulate. Because that's what this world is about, manipulate. If you find, however, that you are using the idea of having a demon as an excuse for behavior for which you loathe to take responsibility, then you have gone seriously astray. Saying, "Oh dear, my jealousy demon slipped out," which is why I had a temper tantrum when you spoke to so and so, is not the most effective way of dealing with your personal demons. You are admitting that the demon has more control over you than you do for it. Whether by isolating the tangle of inner conversations, attitudes, fears, reflexes, and fantasies, giving this tangle a distinctive name, shape, and sigil, it becomes progressively easier to observe the circumstances in which the demon appears. This involves awareness of the relationship between your own feelings and other people's responses. This involves an awareness of relationships between your own feelings and other people's responses and how you perceive those responses contribute to feeding the power of the demon. So your inner demon, like even when you respond like, bro, no, hell no, I ain't this and I ain't that, and or people telling you like, yeah, you always do this and you always jealous, you do jealous stuff and this and that, and even your response, you got to be aware of your responses or how you respond to that thing, because even when people trying to tell you, like really trying to put you up on game, or maybe even argue with you, but you don't listen. When people trying to tell you about that, your response is actually feeding the demon itself, or your inconsistency of your psyche or your ego itself, and that's what's gonna keep that motherfucker going. At some point, you gotta submit, if that makes sense to you. At some point, you gotta submit to what the fuck you actually are. Before, you know, hi, I am. I'm an addict. You gotta admit you're an addict first. You get what I'm saying? Um. All right, hold up. The fact that these demons appear in everyday situations rather than the isolated conditions of a magical ritual often makes them harder to deal with. As Aleister Crowley would say, it's easy for us to summon demons, so make yourself comfortable and bring it into your mind a situation which invokes a demon that you find difficult to subdue. So you need to bring in one that's the most difficult to deal with. It needn't be anything monumental, any situation which provokes a response which you could like to deal with in any different type of way. So anyone that actually provokes an emotional response, like I think the easy one to just talk about is jealousy, or you know what I'm saying, you could talk about the urge to smoke, or the urge to, you know what I'm saying, want to fuck all the time. You know what I'm saying? Which we know fucking is good, but we also gotta know, goddamn it, over overindulging in this shit leads to some crazy shit. You will notice that stressful situations often provoke demons to rise up within us. The fight/flight response kicks in, as does depression, fear, anger, and all that. All are emotional and cognitive patterns which arise from the condition of the physical stimulation. So all these fight or flight responses that are feeding our demons all come from emotional and cognitive patterns. And but they also arise from what? Arise from physical stimulation. So this physical feeling you get in your body, like I remember when, you know what I'm saying, I was with an ex, like if I ever felt a point anything that dealt with jealousy, right, my motherfucking top and get the itching. I'm like, that motherfucker get the itching. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna get into why you need to pay attention to these physical stimulations or these physical feelings, right? A bodily gnosis. So gnosis means knowing. So a bodily knowing, if you like. There is a feedback loop, right, between the physical sensation and the context which kicks off the emotional mental response. This gives the first clue for transforming demons from an overwhelming, uncontrollable experience to something which you can understand and bind to your will. So what we trying to do here is get to bind these so-called personal inner demons to our will, instead of just be like, I'm fighting demon. He said, my little cousin got hooked on crack. He ain't number 3 years old. I'm fighting demons. So this gives the first clue, transforming demons from an overwhelming, uncontrollable experience into something which you can understand and bind to your will. Such demons are often related to knots of tensions in the body, right? So your personal demons the way you can notify them or notice them is like you'll start getting certain tensions in your body, like the one I just said, like my head will start itching. You know what I'm saying? Knots which are drawn ever tighter with each appearance of the demon. You know, so sometimes people may tense up. You get certain tense that goes on inside of your body. So what he's telling you is to be aware of these things, because when you're aware of these things, he gives you a meditative practice that you can actually use and actually feel these actual feelings and emotions. And actually, instead of now, at first you wasn't aware of it, but now that you're aware of it, when you start feeling these tensions in your body, you know that the demon is present, and what you're gonna do about it, we're gonna get there. So the first stage is to short circuit the feedback loop between the physical anxiety and the mental and emotional responses. Now this part is called emotional engineering. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Visualize yourself in a situation. One of your personal demons is evoked. Well, one of your personal demons is evoked. Make it as much as worst case scenario as possible. Like I see, like motherfuckers run from this type of shit, right? You don't want to imagine the worst case scenario possible. You don't want to even try to imagine. You don't want to feel it because it brings up these feelings. That's what you need to do. That's the only way you're gonna get over this type shit. If you bring up these actual feelings, these traumas inside your repressed history or your psychology, and you actually allow yourself to feel it and deal with it. Make it as much worst case scenario as possible while remaining aware of how your body feels as memories, fantasies, what ifs, and what happens when whirls you into a physiological arousal. You dig what I'm saying? You interpret that arousal as you interpret that arousal as something: anger, anxiety, depression, jealousy, possessiveness, which becomes the basis of your awareness and perception. To begin emotional engineering, don't identify the physiological feelings as one thing or another. So don't identify it as nothing. Don't, man, that's me, man. Damn, I feel like that. That's that. That's that me acting. That's that me feeling this, and none of that. Just experience them as an odd sensation. Like, that shit feel weird. Like, what the hell is that? That's the way to start identifying with these physiological arousals, or what's another word he uses, or these uh fuck it, the anxiety or anything that you end up feeling in your body, like some tensions you may end up getting, right? You want to make sure that you don't identify that and just really just identify it as odd sensations, which you cannot define. For example, that nagging sensation, which you have come to identify with the desire to smoke, is merely an odd sensation. Now, make it an odd sensation. The source of which you are not of. The source of which you are not of. So this odd sensation is alien to you. It's extraterrestrial to you. It's outer planet to you. It's not native to you. So make sure you identify this odd feeling of whether it's in depression, anxiety, jealousy, possessiveness, or merely just want a fucking cigarette or want a blunt. The process is simple. 1. When you find yourself gripped by a powerful emotion, do not attempt to suppress it, but allow yourself to fully express it. 2. Be aware of physical sensations and as the emotion intensifies. 3. Hold up, 2. Let's do 2 again. It says, beware of physical sensations as the emotions intensifies. Be aware of physical sensations as those emotions intensify. Why? Because what we're talking about, visualize yourself in a situation where one of your personal demons is evoked. So there's jealousy, there's possessiveness, depression, anxiety, anger. It always brings up a physical emotion, right? Hold up, Pillar. I mean, some people may run from it because of the word condensed chaos. Oh, it is evil. But it's all psychology. If anybody knows what all this occult and magic stuff is, actually psychology. Hopefully that helped you if you're looking for the book, if you want to get it. Because it gives a whole bunch of practical things to do. Nothing unattainable and just nice words in a book. It actually gives you practical things to do. So you get down here to 3. Still, your inner dialogue generation of fantasies or tendency to drag memories out of the past, which serve to perpetuate and intensify the state. So it's not saying like still, yeah, condensed chaos. Yeah, that's it. That's the name of the book. So it's saying still your inner dialogue means stopping your inner dialogue. Keep it quiet. Keep quiet the inner dialogue that's going on. All right. Still your inner dialogue's generation of fantasy. So it's going to keep generating different types of fantasies or tendencies to drag these memories that you're having that's coming out of the past, which serve to perpetuate and intensify the state. So these memories and this dialogue that you have in your head is trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's trying to make itself known and make itself seen to stay relevant inside the psyche, right? Be aware of bodily sensation alone, and still all cognitive attempts to identify this sensation as one emotion or another. I want to stop using the word still as he wrote in here, because sometimes it may confuse the people of what I'm saying when I'm saying still. Like, what do you mean still do what? I mean, like, stop. When he say still, he means like stop. So it says beware of bodily sensations alone. Only be aware of the sensations that you feel, and still all cognitive, and be and quiet all the mental attempts to identify this sensation as one emotion or another. So you don't want to try to identify it as with nothing but odd. Like when you when you taste some food you never taste before and it don't taste like nothing, like, damn, I don't know what this even tastes like. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never felt this feeling before. What the hell is this? All right. This leads to a state of free emotion. So doing this practice leads you to a state of free emotion. So now you don't have no emotions to identify this shit with, right? Because emotions running shit. If you really understand psychology and why we do everything that we do, every human being, the emotional state, or shit, animals too. See, that's very animalistic thing, these emotions, right? Fucking emotions, right? Okay. This leads towards a state of free emotion. So you want to be free of emotion, which could, for instance, be redefined as pleasure or ecstasy. In an instance, you know what I'm saying? For instance, I mean, be redefined as pleasure or ecstasy. This technique can be used generally in ego magic. So the other day when I did the whole thing about ego magic, now we were working on what? Personal demons. This also can be used in ego magic, but it's particularly useful for denying power to personal demons. So we finna stop giving power to these personal demons. All right. For further clues for working with personal demons come from understanding that the different layers which make them up. Demons are not merely physiological identifications, but also behavioral and cognitive. This can be seen when we look at an addiction such as smoking. All, all excuses all excuses about having a blunt or a cigarette. I added blunt in there, I don't say blunt. All excuses for having a cigarette I'm losing my spot. For special reasons of whatever are inspired by the demon, as are behaviors that maintain the addiction in rationalizations. I know I talk with my tongue. And rationalizations about why we need to maintain the habit. So your mind is coming up with all these rationalizations of why we need to tame. I'm definitely gonna leave this up. Just because you the only motherfucker that commented. Motherfuckers get out. Facebook don't promote my shit. People eventually get around to it like 2-3 days later. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely leave this up. Um, Not only are such demons contextual, they also collude with each other. hmm Not only are such demons contextual, they also collude with each other to ensure each other's survival. So your personal demons or your personal blockages, your personal inconsistent or idiosyncrasies that you end up having mentally, they collude with each other to make sure they help each other out. They gang. They two different gangs. They two different motherfuckers, but they make sure they collide with each other or collude with each other to make sure that they survive. So they fighting. That's why you got to put up the fight. A person who is having difficulty resisting alcohol might offer A person who is having difficulty resisting alcohol might offer a drink to someone who has had history of such problems. This is not just mutual support. It generates a tacit understanding. I don't know what that word means. Attack, Tacit. I think it says tacit. It generates a tacit understanding share. So it generates. So I can understand context clues though, because it generates a tacit understanding shared by both. So it generated like a bonding type of understanding that only me and you understand. Let's see, shared by both, and excludes non-alcoholics as they quotations don't really understand people like us. Similarly, a jealousy demon, right? A jealousy demon is one person can collude with. So we already said these demons work together, right? So these inner demons that everybody got, they dealing with, right? One may deal with jealousy. This inner demon also works with another one. The jealousy demon in one person can collude with a fear of restriction, a fear of being, almost like shit, fuck, almost like trauma bonding here. That's it, trauma bonding. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. Similarly, I'm gonna read it again. Similarly, a jealousy demon in one person can collude with a fear of restriction demon in his partner, sparkling a tug of war where both demons become stronger, each seemingly defending its own ego's territory, but both committed to surviving and growing. I'm gonna read that part one more time. Similarly, no, fuck it, I'm gonna start. This is not a mutual support. It generates a tacit for understanding shared by both and excludes non-alcoholics as they really don't understand. So me and you understand each other, bro. So let's stick together. Like Hitler said, trauma bonding. That trauma bonding now, you know what I'm saying? Let's stick together. That's what we gonna do, bro. But they don't really understand what we got going on. Similarly, a jealousy demon is one person can collude with fear of restriction, a fear of restriction demon. You see what I'm saying? Demons and his partner sparking a tug of war where both of them become stronger. So they pull it back and forth. Both of these demons working together back and forth. So listen, one personal demon that you may have, or one personal egotistical idea that you may have that you identify with yourself, this attachment or this repression of other folks' feelings. You don't care about these and you really inconsiderate. It has another demon that's attached with it. So each one, might as well think each one got a twin. Where have you been? Nobody knows you like I do. That's those demons, bro. They gang like that, right? And they both pulling the tug of war to defend his territory inside of your consciousness, inside of your mind, right? But both are committed to surviving and growing. And in this book right here, I'm gonna let y'all see this Lord Ganesh. Y'all know my whole thing is prosperity over pain. And my name, no way, stands for no obstacles will apprehend you, right? No obstacles will apprehend you. And if you understand who Lord Ganesh is, he's the mover of obstacles, remover of obstacles. Look at that little Nazi sign y'all thought was Nazi. That shit been out here, boy. That's East Indian shit, boy. Alright, check this out. Alright, Ganesh is the most popular deity of the Indian subcontinent. Is the most popular of the East Indian subcontinent. Prayers to Ganesh proceed to all acts other of worship and ceremony. He is invoked to remove obstacles. Alright? He is invoked to remove obstacles from one's path and to pass luck. He grants prosperity to those who deal in commerce and freedom to those who seek liberation. And freedom to those who seek liberation. And pape to the ones who want that money, who out here actually doing some money getting shit. You did. Fuck with Lord Ganesh. I keep Lord Ganesh. I keep Lord Ganesh in all different forms. You see this elephant? You see this gold elephant? You see this gold elephant? My room is about to turn into green and gold. I keep Lord Ganesh around me. Why? And however he show up. You see what I'm saying? I got some more, but I don't feel like getting up showing y'all all this shit. But, you know, hey, I live this shit. I just don't read this shit and speak this shit. With the head of a Lord Ganesh, with the head of an elephant, the body of a man, and his forearms, he holds a tusk. All right, this nigga holds a tusk. He holds a noose, a gold, and makes the gesture of granting boons. He holds in his trunk a pomegranate, you know, the little fruit. And the crescent moon is upon his forehead. A serpent is intertwined around his split belly. He has the strength of an elephant and the intelligence of a man, and the subtlety and cunning of a mouse, which is his vehicle. So if you look down here, he keeps a mouse. So anytime you see Lord Ganesh, you will see a mouse. Why does they use a mouse? These are all allegorical pictures, right? It's not straightforward. But you see the mouse, right? Like, what the fuck this big elephant got to do with a mouse? Well, don't worry about it, because we're going to break it down. Because he uses his mouse as a vehicle. This is how he also moves around, right? And the Upa Prana details 8 incarnations of Ganesh, who, now if y'all just tuning in, we talking about dealing with personal demons and certain energies or frequencies that you can use in practical. If you go back and watch the video once it's done, we got practical things that you can actually do on a psychological, which all is psychological, or a meditative type state, and just allowing yourself to feel these emotions that you're trying to repress. You know you feel it. Everybody around you told you they feel it from you. They get the same energy from you. It's time to work on this shit, right? And we're going to end up using, in this book, I'm doing this for because more people just came in. So I'm going back over. We can use Lord Ganesh. Lord Ganesh is a god of prosperity, right? He's a god of prosperity and also called the remover of obstacles. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the reason why they use the elephant, because the elephant, come on now, it run through your goddamn your whole your building complex with nothing, and not get a scratch, right? But also he's very subtle, right? And he can use his vehicle as a mouse. So instead of knocking things over, you know what I'm saying? Instead of knocking walls down or knocking over whatever the fuck is in your way, why not figure out a very creative, non-apparent way to get to your goal? So you don't have to actually pick up and move the obstacle. That takes more energy. You can actually think and use your psychology, or you can actually use your intelligence or intuition to actually move around the obstacle. That's what he's talking about. All right. So the Upa Prana details 8 incarnations of Ganesha, who fought and overcame obsessional demons. This is what he overcame, right? Now, I'm not gonna say the Sanskrit name for it, because I'm gonna keep getting tongue twisted, caught up in the words. I'm gonna just say what these obsessional demons are. These demons are aspects of your mind, of your ego, bro. Nothing deep about that, all right? Lust. Like, and that's what we call bad spirits. Like, I don't believe in bad spirits or evil spirits. These are evil spirits. If you want to know what evil spirits are, here we go. Lust, unjust anger, greed, infatuation, jealousy, attachment, and egotistical pride are some of the things that Lord Ganesh got over. So these are some of the things when you use this energy can help you get over. And whatever else, that's not it right there. You get what I'm saying? Ganesh is often depicted as dancing, for he is playful and filled with joy and delight. Who don't want to be filled with joy and delight? I mean, some depressing folks do not want to be filled with joy and delight. Although he subdues demons, he lacks gravity and pride. He's not dense like you niggas. He's not heavy. His heart's not heavy is what they talking about. And he lacks pride. And he is the son of Shiva and Parvati. He is the beloved one of all the gods, a very puckish figure, respected by all. Place Ganesh in your belly and meditate upon his ecstatic dance, for he is freedom personified. Now, I actually and I'm gonna give y'all a tactic that you can use to work on your personal inner demons like jealousy or lust, or because we all got it, bro, or greed. We all got it, bro. Don't I ain't no jealous, I ain't no greed for, I ain't no lustful. We all got the shit because that's part of the whole human chemical makeup, bro. That's whole part of the whole mind, bro. That's the whole motherfucker say do the work. That's the work. This the work. Because we all got this. You know what I'm saying? He grants wealth, but he is free of attachment to wealth. You see what he's saying? So he's overcame the greed thing. And he's cool, you know what I'm saying? He gets wealth, like wealth in the aspect of what we use wealth as in nowadays times 2024. But he's not attached to it. And that's a place of state I'm just now becoming into, you know what I'm saying, over these past couple of years. It's about like, damn, you know what I'm saying, I felt so attached to my money, or so attached to my personal belongings, or, you know what I'm saying, so attached to all these physical material things, you know what I'm saying, to actually, once you get so attached to it, you doing damage to yourself. You actually feel more hurt by these things when these things start to go the other way. So as much money might not be coming in. Now you all, no, that's why motherfuckers be like, man, nigga, you ain't broke. I mean, nigga, you ain't fighting demons, you just broke. That's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So Lord Ganesh helps you, like he said, he grants you wealth. And when you understand he grants you wealth, it's you. It's an aspect of your energy helping you attract wealth. But what does he do? He's free of attachment from this wealth. So his attachment to this wealth is non-attachment. If it goes, it goes. If it's here, that's great too. You see what I'm saying? Because depending, like the law of rhythm, one pendulum swing to the left is the pendulum swing to the right. The same shit that's happening with Diddy. The same shit that's happened with P. Diddy Do It. You see what I'm saying? All that shit that he did, all the shit that he did that was unbalanced. Now that unbalanced, this is what she represents up here. This is what my yacht behind me represents, balance between the masculine and the feminine. You can't see, but that's a triangle up, and then there's a triangle down, as above, so below. But also the balance between the masculine and the feminine, the fire and the water. You see what I'm saying? So you get to this point of non-attachments, right? He is wise, yet not ponderous. He has many talents, yet he is not fettered by them. He has many talents, but he's like, hey, yeah, nigga, I'm the best to ever do it. Fuck y'all talking about. Y'all got me fucked up. Like, he's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. He's not grounded in one thing. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to somebody about that other day. It's like, nigga, I never even thought about what that actual statement meant, but like, bro, like, for y'all who do know, you know a nigga into law type shit, you know a nigga into um, this spiritual psychology type shit, and then you also know that I'm into crypto, digital assets, and that type shit. You know, it's like multiple aspects in credit. You know what I'm saying? That whole type thing. Like, I'm into all that. Like, I'm tapped in and able to be flexible to do all those, but I'm not a master at none of that shit. One thing I'm trying to be a master of is goddamn fighting my demons and conquering my demons, conquering my ego, not killing my ego, but conquering it. Put that bitch in its place. You did. So he has many talents, yet he is not fettered by them. In most parts of India, he is considered to be celibate, although some tantra icons of the gods show him seated with a Shakti power. Shakti is a sexual energy, a sexual creative power. In the aspect of Lakshmi, the giver of success, right? He is flanked by the goddess. Siddhi, which means attachment, and Buddhi, which means wisdom. In one of his most popular commentary forms, he holds a noose, an elephant gold, a vessel of sweets, and gives a protective gesture, which is what he's doing right here. See the noose? He got a bag of some goodies over there, and that, I don't know which side it is, y'all, but hopefully y'all can see it. Yeah, he got a bag of candy, like a big kid, but he don't play by his folks. And yeah, there is a rich variety of symbolism contained within the figure of Ganesh or Ganesha. His huge pot-belly body represents the universe. You see, his big belly, big boss, big boy. It represents the universe, nature, mankind, and all the gods themselves reside in his belly. That's why he is plump like that. That's why he's a fat motherfucker. But he's fat off something else, not greed. You see what I'm saying? His elephant head represents the qualities of the elephant. Thus, he is an affectionate, wise, gentle, and loyal. Yet, when aroused, he can be extremely ruthless and destructive. His large ears, like, hold up, winnowing baskets, sift through. Listen, hold up, bro. Look, check this out. They breaking down the symbolism. That's what I'm saying. Like, when y'all be seeing little shit like that and people get to calling it evil and all that stuff, you don't understand symbolism. Some people could see this and like, oh, that's an evil spirit. Look, he got the little Nazi thing on his hand. But as I get over here and break down what it's talking about, it's everything every human being wants, bro. Listen to what they describing him as, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't read and don't do no types of studies, bro. His huge pot belly represents the universe and nature, mankind, and all the gods themselves reside in his belly. His elephant head represents the qualities of the elephant. Thus, he is affectionate. He is wise. He is gentle and loyal. I ain't heard no evil shit in here yet. Because he got an elephant head and a human body. Like, that's evil. Niggas need to stay away from this shit because you don't understand shit. Yet, he has large ears, like a winnowing basket. What these large ears for? What these big ears for I got, right? To sift truth from fiction and recall the Vedic axiom that learning can only take place by listening at the feet of a guru. Nothing evil about this, right? And I'm keep repeating it because, like, yeah, we're going to end up going into what you can do with using and imagining this energy to help you conquer these personal egotistical things we call demons, right? These blockages that we have, right? These idiosyncrasies that we have. A tantric interpretation of this idea is that liberation can only be achieved by paying attention to what is around you, by quieting the chatter of the internal dialogue and expecting and experiencing the world as it is. This is a part of what we call meditation or yoga, actually, to get down to the point of having these internal dialogues shut off and it just experiencing whatever the fuck it is, however the fuck it is, rather than how you think it is. That's your ego. The ego is going to tell you what you think it is, what you want it to be, not what it really is. Ganesha's trunk is symbolic of a quality of discrimination. For the great lesson for the first great lesson for any would-be magician is the elephant can use his trunk for heavy tasks, right? So he can use his trunk for heavy tasks, like such as moving a log or very delicate acts. Either one. The curved trunk also symbolizes the root mantra Om. I ain't got it right here. I used to have it up on my wall. I'm about to show y'all, but it's Om. That shit. That's the central. That's the root chakra mantra, and a mantra is like a repeated sound that you can actually use these mantras. Like I listen to mantras when I meditate to go to sleep because they bypass the conscious mind. The conscious mind is a hater, is gonna try to block. Like if you want to use mantras or affirmations like I'm rich, I'm beautiful, I'm loved, everybody loves me, this and this and that. Like your conscious mind is already blocking it because the fact that you got to say that already means a part of you don't believe it. So that part of you that don't believe it is your conscious mind. And if your conscious mind don't believe it, you got to find a way. So if it don't believe it, it's it trying to get in. It's like, I'm blocking that shit. I'm stopping that shit. So what you need to do, you actually need to use something your conscious mind don't understand. And it's these mantras from a whole different, I guess you can use from a whole different language model or language system and use these mantras and they already have a meaning. Your conscious mind don't understand the meaning though, so it bypasses the conscious mind and goes straight to the subconscious mind. You want to get it to the subconscious mind because the subconscious mind takes in all the data, and all the data that's used in your subconscious mind is actually taken and sending it back to your conscious mind to display reality. So the subconscious mind does not care about morals, what's right, what's wrong. It's taking in whatever it's taking in. And whatever it's taking in that has this program is going to shoot it to the conscious mind and create your reality. So when it creates your reality, you have bypassed the player hating conscious mind by using a mantra. That's why I say sometimes it may not be best for everybody to use affirmations. It's matter of fact, it's harder work when you can go an easier route by bypassing it by using mantras of a language that you may or may not understand. The first lesson of any, the elephant, yeah, we already did that. The sound which the universe was created. The curved trunk also symbolizes the root mantra Om, the sound from which the universe was created. The broken tusk has many associations. It shows, for one thing, that Ganesha is not bound by the desires for balance and symmetry. Like it don't have to be, when they say balance and symmetry, like it don't have to be the most appealing. I don't have to look the flyest, the coolest. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta look the sexiest. Like I'm not caught up in all that type shit y'all talking about, which are essential or central obsessions in Hindu philosophy. All right, breaking off a tusk to use it as a weapon, or you can use the shit as a pen. You see what I'm saying? This is what chaos beings do. Ganesha discriminates or demonstrates, my bad. Ganesha demonstrates the sacrifice of deities to humanity. One of the most common vehicles associated with Ganesh is the mouse. This is a strange relationship as, unlike other vehicles, such as Garuda bird on which Shiva rides, Lord Shiva, the mouse is never venerated in its own right. The mouse is never venerated in its own right. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's why they use the mouse, right? Anytime you look up Lord Ganesh, you'll see him in a mouse. A little white mouse. A little innocent white mouse. Damn, I already did read that. Hold up. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. This may harken back to Ganesh's aspect of a harvest deity. When he was propagated to destroy rodents, when he was asked to destroy rodents that threatened crops, the mouse. Oh, okay. This goes back to when he was asked to destroy the rodents that created crops. But this representation is this mouse is often associated with small desires and doubts. He's also associated with small desires and doubts. The Kalishas, which we continually assail ourselves with. The mouse may also represent cunning and the ability to achieve desire in non-obvious ways. Like if you're trying to get to something and something's blocking you, it's obvious. Like, well, if this is blocking me, I might as well knock this shit down. But the mouse, when you're dealing with Lord Ganesh, is about reaching these goals in non-obvious ways. Obvious ways means non-logical. You niggas is tripping, fool. It means non-logical. The logical mind is the egotistical mind. Nigga wants you to always use logic, nigga. When you're dealing with spirit, bro, everything is not gonna be logical. Everything is not gonna be logical. Some shit just seems like, how the fuck did that happen? It don't make sense when you try to explain it to folks. Man, that shit ain't. Okay. Okay. Well, you motherfuckers done left me hanging, so I'm gonna leave you bitches hanging. You know, fuck it. Go get the book. Condensed Chaos. We'll be back with the actual juice. Yeah, I'm leaving you niggas without the juice. If you niggas think you stick around, that's your fault. Cause this the juice right here. He gonna get into you right here, like, Ganesha demon worshiping. I mean, not worshiping, demon morphing. So we're not gonna kill these demons. We're gonna morph them into something that we gonna call our bitch. So now we gonna become Bishop Magic motherfucking Don Juan, and these demons that we got gonna become our hoe. And a hoe know one thing for certain, two things for sure. Bitch, go get my dough.